And beginning in focus tonight, the second Takoradi Metropolitan Assembly was given over $11 million by the World Bank to improve sanitation in the metropolis between 2004 and 2012. However, majority of the 16 projects established are deteriorating due to lack of maintenance.
Odilio Fori reports that though the projects have tremendously reduced floods in the metropolis, engineers warn they could come back to square one in the next 5 years.
Support of $11.36 million was given to the second Takoradi Metropolis to improve upon sanitation under the Urban Environmental Sanitation Project. 5 thematic areas were to be tackled: school latrines, public latrines, drainage, infrastructure upgrading, and the completion of a landfill site. Close to $3 million was voted for the drains alone to be constructed by the STMA. Today, close to 3 years down the line, this is the state of the drains. The FIA drains was to prevent major floods in the area. The drain was built in 2008 under the IDA fund. STMA was expected to take responsibility for maintaining the facility. On Tuesday, October 29, when we got here, the drain was overgrown. Refuse from this heap was overflowing into the drain.
Ghana was giving an IDA credit of $62 million basically to look at some sanitation issues. One of the cities that benefited was second Takoradi. One of the projects is the Efia storm drain, basically to ward off the serious floods that go on in this neighborhood. So the construction of this drain was done some 4 years down the line, totally overtaken by weeds, and we're back with a lot of refuse right here. As you can see, so much refuse going back into the drain that it's become totally useless constructing this kind of drain.
We learned just 2 years ago this whole place was back flooding because the drain was choked.
Before we no na nsutwa na abaze no si wa ha mo
ahayi bisanumu no oyira mfuni bema o ma ha so oyir nsunu ntum onko nso ode hwe na wo hwe na wo ye gota ni ye amedaba no mu ni ye cleaner no chede ye nsunu wan ha wa adwen.
Right by the drain is a pigsty and a cemetery. During flooding, we gather graves are opened and washed into the drain. Then we went to Efiakofa, where another drain was constructed under the project. The drain totally choked. The local engineer on the project feared in the next 3 years, the purpose for the construction will be totally useless.
If we are able to maintain the drain desalted regularly, then I hope the problem will be solved.
Well, when was the last time you desilted this one?
During last year, rainy season, the place was desilted. But you can see that it's the attitude of the people. People just throw refuse into the drain and the drain easily get desilted. And so that's the issue now. If we change our attitude towards the environment, then we can get things going. But if we maintain what we are seeing now, like you said, within the next 4 or 5 years, we'll come back to square one.
Along the earth drain, unauthorized structures had started developing, and this shop we learned belonged to one assembly member who had put it up here illegally. We were at the STMA boss's office to find out why maintenance was so lax.
We spent money. I explained that to the extent that we have a responsibility to ensure that all our drains are in perfect order, we are making sure that we have the equipment. We have relied on some organizations like Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority. They are always ready to support us. They give us equipment. We have relied on other companies like Camus. It's an industrial concern just around the corner. They give us support, but we cannot always go there. And I'm only saying that it costs so much to do it. So maybe you not see it as the drain as well polished as your shining shoes, but we make sure. And I believe that when we have our own equipment, that one consistently will make sure that it is perfect.
So till the right equipment is bought by the STMA, will they still just look on while close to $3 million worth of investment goes down the drain? Odilio Fori, TV3 News.